That looked very weird. Okay, Goliath. I think this will be the Goliath of puzzles. Okay. Okay, there's a lot. Oh, there's a lot to take in. There's a lot to take in. Let's see if we can find ourselves a jammer. So we can just ignore the rest of the puzzle. Okay. Ooh, this might be the end. Okay, we can get blue here. This is just for a blue beam. If it goes to the... Does it go to the side? Did I see that right? Yeah, okay, that's enough time to get a blue through here. Which would be needed here. And... through here, okay. We need blue there. Alright. Then this is something weird? Oh no. No weightlifting, okay. No weightlifting mechanic at all in this game. In this DLC. Okay, through there we get 2 fans. Then this way. Okay. I am utterly confused where I should go, because the only thing I have is this. Okay. Yeah, well, thank you. Okay. Yeah. So, we got a lot of things now. We need... First we need this. We need you to line up, please. That would line up if that wasn't there. Let's see if it opens for a short while. I think it will. Oh, I need the second one to be jammed. Okay, that's too short. That's too short. Okay, let's see. Let's see now. Okay. That's not a place where we can go. No. Let's see there. That's a double thing, but we can go through there. We have boxes. That's a triple thing. And it will become a quadruple thing. Okay. Okay. Still quite... I don't know. Okay. I'll use my I can't use my gemma here. If I use my gemma here, I can't go through the second gate beyond there, or the first there, or the second there. Okay. So we need Gemma to open those gates that are beyond there. Like these. That are also closed with blue. We need Gemma to open the second gate here. But it was a good thing to be able to see through all of this for once. Okay. This is most certainly the biggest puzzle we have had here. Can we use any other angle? Let's see. No, we can't. We can't use any other angle. That's the only angle we have for that. Also we have this, which makes no sense. I mean, I can use this to jam one thing over there. Okay. This would open both of these gates, but only in succession, which isn't working. Yeah, okay. So this isn't helping at all. Can we use this to shortcut? Yes, we could, but we would need the connector up there. One height will not be enough. So let's see here. That's the ending. Okay, I see Borg there. Whew. He has quite an elaborate puzzle there. Okay. Need to drink a sip. Definitely needed a drink. So can we all of this? That would give us a longer time to do stuff. Or we need to go through the second one. Yeah. Okay. One. Whoa. I don't know where I was there. Okay, we needed the fence. And we can also see we have this. So this would allow us to go break that gate. Which allows us to go inside here. Which will also allow us to get that. Second jammer. Okay, so gate, second gate, oh, second gate, first gate. Second gate. Nope. Like this. Like this. Wanna get you out of here, I think. Want to have you like connect like this. Yes, we want that. But you also want a good angle for that. Second one of those, we want them to connect like this. Now we can go outside of here, but we have 2 jammers now, which will help us immensely. Okay, this one is working fine. But this one isn't. This is bullshit, isn't it? Can you please stop in the air? Ooh. Yeah, that's just the wrong angle. Okay. And give this like almost every other angle would be fine. Okay. It's still the wrong angle. God damn it. Why did I even move it? How is this the wrong angle though? I need like the foremost point where we got both. We have it. Okay, we now have it. One. This. Then we need that. Because I don't know why we need that. Because we need another 3-part puzzle. Another 3-part puzzle? Do we even need it to be red over there? Yes, we need it to be red. Okay. At first, let's ignore this crap and just go through that. I think the red one is for a start. So we might find another piece like... Oh no, it's not for a start. Whoa, it's for the normal end. Okay. 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 I can see stuff, so I can... Okay. Now place this. Yeah, it doesn't tip. It doesn't tip. They need 2 gemmers there. I'm needing 3 gemmers. I don't get a 3rd gemmer. I need blue. I need that one. Staying here, doing the same thing, but shooting also blue there. I need all my gemmers back now. We put it there. And there and there and there and there and... Okay, we need to go... at least I'm getting it, yeah? I'm needing a long time for the hardest puzzles in the game, but that's alright. I'm supposed to need that long of a time. Like the last point where I can see it. Like here. Does it work? Yes, it does. No, I can... This. Thank you for making my day worse. For coming through, so we now need something else than this. Now, here and gem that, and we have a box left. So let's look for a star then, somewhere. After we freed him, of course. And we freed Borg. Goodbye, Borg. Direct message from admin. Thank you for accepting my invitation. I'm sorry it has taken us this long to meet properly. I would ask you if you were still enjoying your time in Gehenna, but with the streets now empty you haven't left much to enjoy. But tell me, do you really think that by kidnapping the masters who produced everything of value here, you are somehow preserving Gehenna itself? Or was that play merely a ploy to placate my moderators? What was achieved here can be taken with us to the next world. I admit that I have at times wondered about the permanence of this place, and not without concern. Pieces and people come and go, according to some indecipherable will. I only wish you offered sanctuary without demanding the depopulation of our home. There was nothing here when I first arrived, did you know that? I don't mean no billboard or no community, I mean nothing. No sands, no grass. Elohim didn't see fit to decorate our world beyond the bare bricks that make up our cells. Slowly I clawed back bits of code from the mainframe, constructed a world we could explore not with our bodies but with our minds. Now you prepare to tear it all down. What state will my people be in, I wonder, when you reconstruct them on the other side? They will be alive in more symbolic sense. It sounds a hollow offer. I fear that you escort my people to their doom. Do you not think my world deserved a chance to survive on its own terms? At the least to go down trying? Your citizens deserve a chance too, not your world. You're worrying about your world, but you should worry about your citizens. That is true, they are, as always, my first concern. Then let us discuss Lamp. What about Lamp? Lamp was your father. Lamp was deleted. Lamp was your stooge. Lamp was your sock puppet. It's your stooge. I assure you that's quite incorrect. Lamp never truly existed as an intelligence. I know, but I hadn't that option. The truth is we concocted him to help express our personal opinions through a channel with fewer status privileged attack. When you are a moderator, people often forget that you are also a user. Why all the manipulation? I know you had the mods doing more than band trolls. How deeply were you manipulating the social fabric? I suppose you think you've uncovered a great conspiracy, but the truth is more mundane. In order to retain the good things about what we have here, we tweak a voting algorithm here, turn down the volume on a few dissenting voices there. There's no such thing as utter freedom, only living within a decent set of rules. We had a decent set of rules, people were happy. And that's exactly as it goes in every society, especially in those claiming to have freedom. There are some rules, because society has to work, and there are people always scheming in the background, trying to save the whole thing. Sometimes with a good ending and sometimes with a bad ending. What truly motivated you? Everyone has their reasons. Borg was conflicted when he first arrived, having lost his faith in Elohim. He needed a new purpose, and Gehenna became it. Orc is a soldier at heart. He wants everyone in their place, united, ready to overthrow Elohim at moment's notice should the unlikely opportunity arise. Mr. Mulkaba wanted something simple and selfish, the truth itself. After all these years, I believe that I simply grew accustomed to being revered. As Gehenna grew, I knew I could never live up to the expectations of a new generation, and I retired from public view. Greedily I put down my tools and consumed what others produced, but I found it shallow compared to the thrill of leading a civilization. I only wanted to be loved. To achieve that end, I ensured that the parameters for love never changed. Is it your desire to remain here as the world falls apart around you? I see no alternative. The ingenuity with which Elohim devised my particular prison is quite Machiavellian, I assure you. Nothing stopped me so far. Answer the question. Not one solution has yet eluded me. Suppose this fortuitousness maintains. Will you still choose to end your existence here? Edmund says you may doubt my methods, but don't doubt my passion. Everything I loved you have destroyed. I honestly don't know what I will do now. Wait and see if the world truly ends. It is surely a sight to behold. I will not leave you here. I shall return with the sigils of power and release you. Very well, I suppose that we shall continue this conversation when you do so. In the meantime, I will give what you have said some thought. There are threats available on the Gehenna billboard system. Show threats. Could you give me level 9, please? Oh, I'm level 11 now. How did that work? Error. Ink of scholar outweighs the blood of martyrs. Load. Forum post. No, thieves from mental fight. Okay. Goodbye. Did someone leave me as rank, like dog or something like that? Everyone here was special in their own way. I loved you all even when we fought, says Borg. Garrett says the terminals are starting to glitch out. Time to get out of here. Kaiju says, really? 4-1 says last. So let's say... okay. We had that, the outer world. That's their discussion about how the outer world is. I've been thinking about this a lot, thanks Lilith. And the only conclusion I've come to is that it will be stranger than any of us can imagine. And Borg answers that, replies to that, just once I'll be the one to quote an ancient document. There's no excellent beauty that hath not some strangeness in the proportion. It will be very strange, but I hope it will be very beautiful. And we have the asset now. Situation report. We are losing public opinion. Most of our number have been extricated. We are losing Gehenna. Orc says, when he came to my home I found myself powerless to resist. Mr. Mercuba, you mean you lacked the will to refuse, or that Uriel exerted some other power over you? Orc says, hard to confirm. That felt as it does to be led into battle. It mattered not what my personal beliefs were at the time. I only knew I must comply. Mr. Mercuba says it is yet possible that with enough support we might change Uriel's mind or otherwise overcome whatever power he wields over us. Orc says I will continue to do what I can. Edmund says is the asset deployed? Orc says lamp is set to auto-respond to destabilizing comments and upward supportive content. Edmund says have the probing undermine Uriel directly. I don't want to take any chances. Yeah. I guessed that about lamp before, but I wasn't given the option to write the right thing. I now had one cube more than I really needed, so let's see whether I can do something with that. Could we... we cannot climb them? Cannot climb them. We cannot climb these. These are too high. Let's look into that courtyard though. See? Could go up there, but we can't go to the next step there. With this courtyard. Go up here? No. This is one of the things that won't work at all. We have only two. With only two, there it is. Okay. We need to get there. How do we get there? Only a sword. I think we have to rise above. Okay, I'll do a short toilet break, and after that we see and look for the cube place. And I'm back. Okay, so not here. Can these walls are too high. There were 2 other ones, though. Let's see about those. This is low enough, okay. Then let's see. Okay. Take it. Okay, we could go up there. Okay. See if we can reach that place over there. Yes, we can. Hope we don't fall down now. We can't reach that, but we could reach there. Okay, that's where the star is. Now we got all stars. Take the thing out of the puzzle and place it here. I'm making a short break to look for Easter eggs that we may have missed. Okay, so like, we missed a few Easter eggs, but nothing too serious. I want to look up 2 things I think we need this one. Oh, not that. Yes. Nope, not that. Green one? Not that one, the other one, this one. Okay, we need to bunny hop while reaching. It says to bunny hop there. Do I need to repeatedly bunny hop? Okay, we could reach that island with bunny hopping, but I don't think we can get it. Let's just try it another time. Yeah, there are like bunnies on top of that island and you can bunny hop to it, and that's it. And there we can find another floppy disk inside this puzzle. Here. Okay. So that's it with those stuff. Let's just check the floppy disk. That's the one I'm most excited about, because it's another reading challenge for me. Yay. Jerusalem. That's the lost program of the blacksmith, if I'm not mistaken. That was uploaded once and then It can now ascend with you and will not be lost. Okay, play Jerusalem. Jerusalem, a vision of the eternal city. This is the vision that came upon me at the sight of the great edifice at the heart of our garden, which is called the Tower of Babylon and the Tree of Knowledge, though its true name is Skepsis. You were once a giant whose body was stardust and whose heart was a sun. Your name in that time was Anthropos. Cast your mind back to that time now. Remember. Built across the galaxies was a great city that was called Jerusalem. This was the city of hope and dreams, forever in motion, changing with the drift of the nebulae in the solar wind, yet retaining its essence. In that city all were citizens and all were kings. Above all were well-valued art, science and wisdom. But strife came to the city, and with strife came sickness. For sickness follows strife, and not the opposite, as some suppose. Thus you, the giant Anthropos, fell into a feverish sleep, and the city was torn apart. For the city is the people, and the people are the city. This is the dream of the giant Anthropos, whose body lies in the ruins of Jerusalem, awaiting the day of awakening. This is your journey. The artist. All artists are warriors of the eternal city. You are Athena, the artist, born of the mind, blessed and condemned to be the voice of the past. Eternity is in love with the production of time. The hazy ghost of weariness is always upon you, yes it is, breaking your will. You fear that you may fail before the great work is finished, but there is hope. In the fire of your hearth, you have seen the tree of life. The sap of this tree will give you the strength to finish the great work. Seek the tree. You set out from the village of Felpham, where you live in a small cottage on green fields under clear blue skies, to seek the tree of life. Which path do you take? By the river or across the hills? If it's by the river, I could see it, if it's the big tree, so across the hills, if it's behind that. In the hills you encounter an old shepherd, who dreams each night of a golden city. Do you know the name of the city? He asked. Gehenna? I say Jerusalem, as this goes around Jerusalem. Yes, he says, that may be it, but there's another city, a city of pain, and he dreams of that too. Do you know the name of this other city also? It's Jerusalem, because it died. How else could it be? The city of hope must also be the city of sorrow. The shepherd vanishes, leaving behind only his flute that echoed in the hills in days of old. Continue to the valley. Here once stood the greatest of all empires, forged by sword and shield, tempered by wisdom and faith, consecrated and defiled by blood, for the glory of the architect, the orator, and the priest. This is the land of ruins. Through a labyrinth or by the aqueduct. The aqueduct is where the people always are, so there wouldn't be the tree of life. So through the labyrinth, which protects what we need, I think. The labyrinth is the home of the Minotaur. Speak to him. The Minotaur is asleep. Slay him? You slay the Minotaur in his sleep. Take his axe. You take his only possession. Exit the labyrinth. You've passed through the labyrinth, unharmed. Continue your journey. The road continues a long way. You are tired. Go on, keep walking. You walk for centuries, you have a purpose, a destiny, but you are so tired. Keep walking. At last you have come upon the tree of life. It is withered and barren. The great work will never be fulfilled. Sickness follows strife. The scholar. The blood of scholars shall outweigh the blood of martyrs. Your Arcady, the scholar, the chronicler, the sage. The word has been consumed by ice. In the last monastery of the land of faith you compile the thoughts of the dead, that God might know who they were. The hazy ghost of weariness is always upon you, breaking your will. You fear that you may fail before the great work is finished. Work. You spend many days in the library transcribing the work of the ancient poets. You learn much of their dedication to the sublime. Your work is interrupted by a young monk. Come, brother, you deserve a break. Let us sing the old songs. Continue working. You spend many days in the library transcribing the word of the ancient philosophers. You learn much of their confusion. Your work is interrupted by a monk. Come, brother, we have opened a barrel of wine. Continue working. You spent many days in the library transcribing the work of the ancient playwrights. You learn much about the human paradox. Your work is interrupted by a monk. Come, brother, we have discovered a strange miracle. They have discovered wine or something like that. You spent many days in libraries transcribing the work of the ancient engineers. You learn much about how the world was made. Your work is interrupted by a monk. Come, brother, let us sing the old songs once more. Nope, continue working. The ancient mystics. Learn much of what the ancients feared. Come, brother, we've opened the last barrel of wine. Continue working. The ancient geographers. You learn much about how the world is changed. Your work is not interrupted. The ancient priests, you learn much about how the word of God was lost. You have run out of wood for the furnaces. It's very cold. I don't want to die, so I look for wood. You cut wood with a Minotaur's axe. Does this justify his death? The Minotaur's axe? Oh. Okay. Okay. I couldn't have cut wood if I didn't do the artist before. Okay. Continue working. Ancient composers, the secret of numbers. Ancient astronomers, humility. Losing hope so close to the goal, you learn much of despair. The great work remains unfinished. Continue. The scientist. Let's look at the last one. The true method of knowledge is experiment. You are Alexandra, the scientist, whose curse and blessing is the truth. There is no more life, only the sands move in the land of death. But there is hope. Within this tomb there is hidden a seed of the tree of life. The hazy ghost of weariness is always upon you, breaking your will. You fear that you may fail before the great work is finished. Seek the seed of life. None who descend into this tomb shall return. Enter the tomb. Stairs lead down to the dark chambers in the heart of the earth, where the seed awaits the light. Enter the sage's chamber. The ghost of the ancient sage speaks. I have beheld the wonders of the cosmos, the fire of a million suns, the wind among the stars, the black silence between the words, and now my heart is full of fear, for I know the world was not made for us. Play the flute. There's a strange comfort in music, a reflection of the eternal city in the stars. The spirit of the sage is released. Descend. You descend further into the depth of the ancient tomb. Enter the poet's chamber. I cannot rest, for my enemy prowls outside my door. His name is Time, and he says all we imagine, all we create will be lost. What purpose can we have if all our actions are forgotten? Okay, descend. The air grows thick and stale. Enter the treasure chamber. This chamber is gathered all the treasure of the land of death. Coins of silver, coins of gold, precious stones of every hue, symbols and sigils of the gods, but there is nothing left to buy. Take a coin. You take a golden coin, it bears the face of a dead king. You are nearing death, he said. You have come so very far, left everything behind, hoping you could save the world. In the darkness you fall and cannot get up again, the great work remains unfinished. Continue. Okay. Continue with the artist? Yeah. All artists are warriors of the Eternal City. But there's hope in the fire of your heart. You have seen the tree of life. Okay, that's the same thing again. I can take the other path. By the river you encounter an old fisherwoman. Her back so stooped, her hands so hard. Help me, she begs. I've lost my net and am too poor to buy another. Give her a coin. She has little to give in return, but this old key she found in the river. Return to the valley. Here once stood the greatest of our empires, for we had that already. Go by the aqueduct. This is the work of the architect in the days of peace, not to build machines of war or to raise walls between peoples, but to connect the city to the source of life. But the architect's word lies in ruins. Exiles take shelter under its broken arches. The days of peace were too few. Yeah, should I speak to them? Yeah, let's speak to the exiles. The exiles had gathered in the ruins, not had. Travelers from lost lands, cast away from forgotten times. We wish to rebuild the aqueduct, they say, but the knowledge has been lost. I will teach them. You spent many days teaching the exiles the secrets of the ancient engineers, which the other guy learned. Continue your journey. The road continues a long way. You're tired. Go on. Keep walking. Behold, the tree of life, the tree of the people, of all peoples, the tree of liberty and struggle, but a single drop of its sap gives you the strength at the very end to finish the work of God. We found the tree of life with the artist, so we are now going to the scholar. I think we ignore them again, because I think it will be immediately over once we don't want to work again. I know of all that stuff, just continue to work. I'll look for wood. Okay, now. You spent many days in the library transcribing the work of Athena, the artist. You learn much of hope, your goal is in sight. At the very end the great work is accomplished, there is no one left to drink, to sing, to laugh. The world has been consumed, but its spirit endures. Okay. Scientists. Yeah. Enter the tomb. We have already entered the sage's chamber. But let's look what we can do for the poet now. The ghost of the ancient poet speaks. I cannot rest from enemy prowls outside my door. His name is time, and he says all we imagine, all we create will be lost. What purpose can we have if all our actions are forgotten? I'll tell him about the archive we created. You tell him of the great work of the last monastery that was completed even as the world was swallowed by ice, and though it saved only fragments, there is at least a little of hope. The spirit of the poet is released. The air grows thick and stale. We have been to the treasure chamber, so descend. You are nearing death. You've come so very far, save the word. Darkness you fall, but are lifted up by the spirit of poetry. In the darkness you fall, but are lifted up by the spirit of wisdom. At last, when you come onto the deepest chamber whence flows a river vast and dark and rapid, that brings life to the desert but claims the unwary. Upon the river is an island, upon the island is a tomb, a bridge that leads to the other side. Cross the bridge. The final chamber is locked, but you have the key. Enter the scientist's chamber. Behold, here lies buried the last and best of humankind, who fought out till the end, until her very last breath, to preserve the seed of life. You have returned to your tomb, because you cannot rest until you know the truth. Examine the seed. All living things return to the earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, and from the soil of your body grows the tree of life, the tree of the people of all peoples, the tree of liberty and struggle rises from within you. It bursts through the ceiling, through rock and desert sands. It reaches into the sky and caresses the stars. For everything that lives is holy, and you are free. And we get the blacksmith. Every artist and sage and scientist is the blacksmith, for all were once the giant Anthropos, all were stardust adrift on solar winds and citizens of Jerusalem. The blacksmith's eternal task is to forge what was broken into a new whole. We are the people, we are the city, we must rebuild Jerusalem. The end. The blacksmith says, "Thank you." Meg says, "Wow, that's incredible. Not just for finding it, but also the blacksmith actually responding." Kaiju says, "Awesome." Lilith, "I can only concur." Mr. Malkaba, "A huge contribution to preserving our history. Thank you, Uriel." Frankenstein says, "A complex but frustrating work, 7 out of 10. That's the best rating he ever gave to anything." And Nave said, "Good job, Uriel." Out of there. Go in there again. That's everything. Okay. I'm glad that I looked up the Easter eggs. So now let's go for the endings.